Okay, guys, so here I am back to what I was saying about continue on the videos about my car's not cranking. I got some new gas, like I said. Um, I got everything gathered so I can show you videos. What I'm gonna do next is I have 10 gallons of gasoline right here. Just got it today, um, so I can fill up my car with the gas in the tank there. And what I'm gonna show you I'm gonna use is I'm gonna use this multi-use transfer pump. This pump is to pump the gas, the fume, the gasoline from these gallons of bottle here gas. Pump these gas, transfer the gas into my car gas tank. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna use. Is I'm gonna use this multi-use transfer pump right there. It's pretty simple and easy. um, I've used this pump when I had my car rebuilt it, and the car inside the gas tank doesn't have any gas. So I have to do the same technique, the same way that I'm doing right now, is use that pump to transfer the gas into my Eclipse gas tank. Because before this car doesn't have any gas at all before I rebuilt it. So after I rebuilt it, that's what I had to do. I mean, that's the easiest, simple way you can do to transfer gas into a car or whatever. Okay, so it works, guys. I transfer the gas with this pump, and I filled up like 10 gallons or more, and my gas tank was filled up. It has enough gas for me to start up the car, because back then when I just finished rebuilding the engine, everything is pretty much cold crank start. It's just everything just fresh stock, and it doesn't even have any gas whatsoever between the lines going from the back of the gas up to the engine. So that's basically what happened right now too. It's like a cold engine. It doesn't have any gas, whatsoever. Plus my car was parking lean down this way, so all the gas is moving down to the gas tank. So I'm thinking there's no gas around the gas line either for the past few weeks that I've been leaving my car dry like that. So it's pretty much, I think that's what happened. The car's been dry, the gas line is dry, so I need to fill up the gas to the gas tank, so some gasoline can go up to the gas line, up to my engine, so I can crank the car up. That's the cheapest way I can think of right now to get my car cranked up before I get into any other problem, like buying a new starter or whatever, okay, or new batteries. So what I do first is, before I even pump any gas here first, okay, what I do first is I use the jack to jack the rear of my car up higher than the front. As you can see, it's pretty much a little bit higher than the front right now. I'm using two jack on the back here, one on this side and one on this side. Okay, I'm using the big jack over this side because this side over here there's a gas tank, so I'm gonna have this side jack pretty much first and have it jack down last. Okay, so I can go under there and work on it, on this side. So what I do next is I'm going down to the car, and I'll show you what I do next before I even transfer any gas into the gas tank. Is I have some lights to show, and I'm going down here to look for. This is what I use the hammer for, is to tap the gas line. Okay, so I tapped the gas line a few times already, from the front to the back, just to tap it. So but it's not working anyway. I'm just tapping to see, just like I'm tapping the starter. And don't be afraid to tap it, okay? It's just a tapping. It's not like you bending the gas line or whatever, but it might work, who knows? It might work on someone cars, but I did on mine and it's not working. I'll show you what I tapped to. I think this is the fuel filter. Yeah, the fuel filter is always pretty much outside the gas tank, outside the car. And I think that one right there is like It's like a air. It's like a, I don't know. It looked like a solenoid or filter to me, but anyway, that's pretty much like a solenoid for the air or fuel. That's all. But I pretty much tap the hose around it and tap a little bit on the filter and all that before I cranked it up. And the hose too. You see those? You see the fuel hose line right there from the middle to the around the gas tank. Yeah, I tap around those fuel line too before I go inside the car to crank it up. Now, after I tap it, and I went inside the car and cranked it up, it wouldn't start either. So that's, that's not working. So another thing you can do, or I can do next, is I'm gonna have to tap the, there's a there's a fuel there's a fuel pump. It's called a fuel pump. Okay, now what I show you guys down there, that's a fuel filter. Okay, the fuel filter is outside the car and it's outside the gas tank. But the fuel pump is going to be pretty much underneath the seat here on the back seat. The fuel pump probably like right here in the middle of the, like you have to like take out this seat right here to get to the fuel pump. And the fuel pump is basically is on top of the fuel of the gas tank. Okay, you have to like unscrew those plates and the cover to get to the fuel pump. Okay, the fuel pump is located just above inside, but it's above of the gas tank. The gas tank is located under here. Okay, so worse than worse, I'm gonna have to take the seat out, tap the fuel pump, and see if it's clean it up or whatever. Tap it first and then crank it up. Okay, see if it starts. See my car lights? I have lights. Okay. Anyway, back to what I was saying is, well, I'll show you. There's more light when I put the key in the ignition. Okay, back to what I was saying is, so tapping the fuel pump and crank up, see if it's cranked up. If not, then worst case is I'm gonna have to like replace the fuel pump. Other words is have to buy a fuel pump kit, which is cost like over $100, and not a lot of people done it that way because it's expensive too, and it's hard. It's not that expensive if you know what you're doing. It's just cost around 100 something, 150 or whatever for the whole kit. Okay, it comes with the fuel pump and the accessory hose and all that for the whole kit to when you're trying to replace the fuel pump. But it's just pain in the ass. But for this car, for like most sport car, it's easy to do it because you don't have to like drop down the gas tank. But like other cars like truck or whatever, it's the pain in the ass. You have to you have to take down the gas tank to get to the fuel pump. So for a sport car, I mean, that's why it's sporty. It might be a narrow place to do it, but at least it's on top of the gas tank where you can take out the fuel pump, and and replace it that way. But that's just in worst case, okay? Because my car, after I rebuilt it, there's a lot of parts that I have not even rebuilt it or replaced it. So that goes with batteries. It's not like brand new. Okay, starter is old. Okay, it's old. Okay, I never replaced the starter before. Alternator is old too. I have never replaced it too ever since I um, rebuilt the engine. So as the fuel filter and the fuel pump and the fuel line, all the lines like the brake lines and all that down there, they're all old. Okay, the rubber hose down the fuel lines and all that, they're all old. Okay, I don't know if there's crack or whatever, but they have never been replaced. So I probably have to replace those parts along the line.